Have you ever wondered who fixes a private jet after a bird strike? Who signs the documents that allow a Boeing 737 carrying over 180 passengers to return safely to the skies? Or who inspects a business jet worth $50 million before its next flight? The answer is not the airline. It is an aircraft maintenance company. But here's the shocking part. Building an aircraft maintenance company is one of the most expensive businesses in aviation. While many people dream of starting an airline or buying a private jet, very few realize that maintaining those aircraft can require an investment ranging from hundreds of thousands of dollars to tens of millions of dollars before the first customer even walks through the door. Today, we're going to break down every major cost involved in owning an aircraft maintenance company. By the end of this video, you will understand why only a handful of companies dominate this business, why aircraft maintenance is one of the most regulated industries in the world, and exactly where the money goes. Welcome to Raymaps Profit Lab. On this channel, we explore the economics behind the world's biggest businesses, the real cost of owning expensive companies, and how industries make their money. If you enjoy learning about aviation, billion-dollar industries, and the business behind the world's largest companies, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next episode. Now, let's begin. An aircraft maintenance company, often called an MRO, which stands for Maintenance, Repair, and Overhaul, is responsible for keeping aircraft safe and legally airworthy. Its work includes routine inspections, replacing worn-out components, repairing damaged aircraft, overhauling engines, painting aircraft, installing new avionics, upgrading interiors, and performing emergency repairs. Without these companies, airlines would simply stop flying because aviation authorities require aircraft to undergo regular maintenance before they can continue operating. Some aircraft visit an MRO facility every few hundred flight hours. Others undergo massive inspections that can last several weeks or even months. Large airlines sometimes own their own maintenance facilities, but thousands of aircraft around the world depend on independent maintenance companies. Companies such as AAR Corporation, Standard Aero, Duncan Aviation, and many regional MRO providers generate hundreds of millions of dollars annually by providing these services. But building one is anything but cheap. Before repairing even a single aircraft, you need approval from your country's aviation authority. In the United States, companies must obtain certification under the Federal Aviation Administration, commonly known as the FAA. Obtaining certification is not as simple as filling out forms. A company must prove that it has qualified technicians, approved maintenance procedures, quality control systems, calibrated tools, proper documentation, secure record-keeping, and facilities that meet strict aviation standards. Consultants are often hired to help prepare manuals and certification documents. Typical consulting costs can range between $20,000 and $100,000, depending on the size and complexity of the business. Preparing manuals, employee training, inspections, and certification can take many months before any revenue is earned. During that period, the business is spending money while earning nothing. The next major expense is obtaining a maintenance hangar. Aircraft cannot simply be repaired in an ordinary warehouse. The building must be large enough for aircraft equipped with massive doors, proper ventilation, fire protection systems, compressed air systems, heavy electrical installations, drainage systems, and specialized lighting. Hangars located at busy airports are among the most expensive industrial properties in the world. In the United States, leasing a small hangar suitable for business jets may cost approximately $15,000 to $40,000 per month, depending on the airport. Medium-sized facilities capable of servicing regional aircraft often lease for $50,000 to $150,000 per month. At major international airports, large maintenance hangars suitable for Boeing 737s or Airbus 320s can exceed $200,000 per month, especially where airport land is scarce. Some companies choose to construct their own hangars instead. Building a modern aircraft maintenance hangar can easily cost between $5 million and more than $30 million, depending on its size, location, and equipment. That is before purchasing a single maintenance tool. Aircraft maintenance requires thousands of specialized tools. Unlike ordinary automotive repair shops, aviation maintenance demands precision. Many tools must be calibrated regularly to ensure they remain accurate. A single aviation-grade torque wrench may cost several $100s. Hydraulic testing equipment can cost tens of thousands. Aircraft jacks capable of lifting large airplanes may cost between $20,000 and $100,000 each. Ground power units that supply electricity to aircraft while engines are off often cost between $30,000 and $150,000. Air start units, hydraulic test stands, engine hoists, bore scopes, avionics testing systems, and non-destructive inspection equipment each add tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. It is not unusual for a medium-sized maintenance company to invest $2 million to $10 million in equipment before accepting its first aircraft. The biggest ongoing expense is people. Aircraft maintenance cannot be performed by just anyone. Technicians must be properly trained and licensed. In the United States, experienced FAA-certified aircraft maintenance technicians often earn between $70,000 and more than $120,000 per year. Senior inspectors and maintenance managers may earn $130,000 to over $200,000 annually, depending on their experience and responsibilities. Specialists in avionics, turbine engines, composite repairs, or structural engineering can command even higher salaries because these skills are in high demand. Now, imagine employing 50 technicians. Even if their average salary were $90,000 per year, payroll alone would already exceed $4.5 million annually before considering employee benefits, health insurance, retirement contributions, overtime, and ongoing training. That is why labor represents one of the largest costs in operating an aircraft maintenance company. Aircraft maintenance companies carry enormous responsibility. A small mistake during maintenance can have catastrophic consequences. For this reason, insurance costs are extremely high. An MRO business typically requires general liability insurance, hangar keepers liability insurance, professional liability coverage, workers' compensation insurance, and property insurance. For larger facilities, annual insurance premiums can range from hundreds of thousands of dollars to well over $1 million, depending on the types of aircraft serviced and the company's risk profile. These insurance costs are unavoidable because customers will often refuse to do business with uninsured maintenance providers. Even if their average salary were $90,000 per year, payroll alone would already exceed $4.5 million annually before considering employee benefits, health insurance, retirement contributions, overtime, and ongoing training. That is why labor represents one of the biggest financial challenges in owning an aircraft maintenance company is keeping spare parts in stock. Unlike a normal vehicle repair shop, where parts can often be ordered within a day or two, airlines and private jet operators cannot afford long delays. Every day an aircraft sits on the ground, the owner is losing money. This is why maintenance companies invest millions of dollars in inventory. A small maintenance company may keep between $500,000 and $2 million worth of spare parts on its shelves. A larger company that services commercial aircraft may keep $10 million to over $100 million worth of inventory. Some individual aircraft parts are surprisingly expensive. For example, a commercial aircraft tire can cost between $2,000 and $6,000. A windshield for a Boeing or Airbus aircraft can cost $15,000 to over $40,000. Landing gear components can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. An auxiliary power unit, commonly known as an APU, can cost well over $1 million, depending on the aircraft model. Jet engines are in a completely different category. A new engine for a Boeing 737 or Airbus A320 family aircraft can cost anywhere from $10 million to more than $20 million. Because of these enormous prices, many maintenance companies purchase only commonly used parts and order larger components only when customers approve the work. Modern aircraft maintenance is no longer managed with paper files. Everything is tracked digitally. Maintenance companies use specialized software to monitor aircraft maintenance schedules, technician certifications, inventory, customer records, inspection reports, and regulatory compliance. Enterprise maintenance software can cost anywhere from $50,000 to several $100,000 to implement. On top of that, there are annual licensing fees, cloud storage, cybersecurity systems, and technical support contracts. Large companies also invest heavily in digital inspection tools and electronic maintenance records, reducing paperwork and improving accuracy. Running a maintenance hangar consumes enormous amounts of electricity. Large hangars require powerful lighting systems, heating or air conditioning, industrial air compressors, hydraulic pumps, and heavy electrical equipment operating throughout the day. Monthly electricity bills can easily reach tens of thousands of dollars. Water consumption is also significant, especially for aircraft washing and cleaning. Waste disposal is another major expense because aviation oils, hydraulic fluids, fuel residues, solvents, and chemicals must be disposed of according to environmental regulations. Failing to comply with these rules can result in heavy fines and even the loss of operating certificates. Aircraft technology changes constantly. Manufacturers introduce new aircraft models, new engines, and updated maintenance procedures every year. That means technicians cannot simply receive training once and stop learning. Maintenance companies spend large amounts of money sending engineers to manufacturer-approved training programs. A single specialized training course can cost several $1,000s per employee, excluding travel and accommodation. When multiplied across dozens or even hundreds of technicians, annual training expenses become another major operating cost. However, without continuous training, technicians cannot legally perform certain maintenance tasks. Even after investing millions of dollars, there's still no guarantee that customers will come. Airlines and private jet operators are extremely careful when selecting maintenance providers. Their first priority is safety, followed by reliability, turnaround time, and price. A new maintenance company often spends years building trust. Some companies attend international aviation exhibitions, sponsor aviation conferences, advertise in aviation magazines, and employ experienced sales teams to win maintenance contracts. Landing just one long-term airline maintenance contract can generate millions of dollars in annual revenue. Now, let's look at the income side of the business. Routine inspections on small private aircraft may generate a few $1,000s. Major inspections on business jets often range from $20,000 to over $200,000, depending on the work required. Heavy maintenance checks on commercial airliners can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Engine overhauls can reach several $1 million. Large maintenance companies that serve airlines around the world can generate hundreds of millions of dollars in annual revenue. Some of the world's biggest aircraft maintenance companies generate well over $1 billion per year because they service thousands of aircraft annually. If you wanted to start a small aircraft maintenance company focused on light aircraft and private airplanes, you might require approximately $500,000 to $3 million, depending on your location, facilities, and equipment. A medium-sized maintenance company capable of servicing business jets and regional aircraft could require anywhere between $10 million and $50 million. A large commercial aircraft maintenance company servicing Boeing and Airbus fleets may require an investment of $100 million to several $100 million, especially if constructing new hangars and purchasing advanced equipment. These figures demonstrate why many successful maintenance companies grow gradually instead of trying to build everything at once. Aircraft maintenance is one of the least visible businesses in aviation, yet it is one of the most important. Every aircraft that safely takes off and lands depends on highly trained engineers, sophisticated equipment, strict regulations, and companies willing to invest millions of dollars before earning their first dollar. Although the startup costs are enormous, the demand for aircraft maintenance continues to grow as global air travel expands and airlines add more aircraft to their fleets. For entrepreneurs with the necessary expertise, capital, and patience, An aircraft maintenance company can become a highly profitable long-term business. But as you've seen in today's breakdown, success in this industry requires much more than mechanical skills. It requires careful financial planning, regulatory compliance, skilled employees, and a willingness to invest heavily in quality and safety. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to learn the economics behind more billion-dollar businesses, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Raymaps Profit Lab, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next episode. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.